This is crazy because I saw it on the video and I had to see it in real life.
Oh yeah, he said this door was over $600.
Yeah, this is from Home Depot.
Like, how the hell does that even happen?
And the crazy thing is the day that you spoke to AMOS, like maybe 2 hours before that, AMOS called me and told me, listen, someone just called me from Yelp and the call was like disconnected. And he called later and said he heard my recording. Like what happened to you happened like 2 hours before. And okay, let's check. So I was calling him, waiting for it to disconnect, like to check if it's real, because I thought someone is scamming us, telling us he heard the recording.
He is the first guy that actually didn't try to tell me, no, you can't do a steam baseboard.
Alright, so this is Brener Construction managed to make it. My apologies for thinking this is a troll. So, Paul, you have scope of work. So, what is up with all the holes?
The way you check the grade of flooring is by those, the eyes. As much as you have more eyes, the lower the grade.
Look at this. A bug got to it before a termite did. You see all these little holes? All these little pinholes?
These outlets are fine.
Yeah, this is adequate for in here.
So what I was speaking to Paul with, on the floor plan that you have, I asked him to mark like where you need the new outlets and like separate it color-wise so we know that you want like 4 in one breaker, the other 4 or the other number with different breakers.
Right.
So.
That makes sense. Yeah, so how many per breaker so we don't wind up doing the musical chairs we're doing now?
So we're leaving the platform back there.
We're leaving the platform.
We're leaving the platform in there.
Yeah, we're just getting rid of it in this for the rest of the
Yeah, so from here,
He
the door.
might have a reclamation company that will come in and take this out for free.
If
Possibly.
the chances that they can, the chances that they will come is if they can still use it.
Yes.
So I'll send him like the video for.
So
for
there's
this
no
place.
screws in anything. It's all just
It's all
nailed.
glue.
So
That's actually the issue. It's easier if it was screws.
yeah.
And then you can. But I'll definitely ask them if they can do it. I'm more than happy. It will save you a lot of money on them.
And then since we're only doing 3/4 inch plywood and then wood on top, we need some kind of ramp transition into here, and we need to turn around the doors so that they open into the bathrooms.
Okay.
So what did you guys go over for a floor leveling method?
Just 3/4 inch plywood and possibly some self-leveling epoxy or cement just in the wavy areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or just shims.
You'll
But
still
does
have
that-
that.
Yeah, we're not trying to level the space. We're just trying to get the bumps out.
Yeah, so it doesn't do this anymore.
Yes.
And you won't have
The
to like
waves.
step down into the bathroom.
Exactly.
And so you went over the full scope of work with it?
I believe, I don't know if we're done or not, but.
There's one other thing I didn't mention. Up in the ceiling, while you're patching all that up, we need probably 2 4-gang outlets. Connected to the lights. Just connect them right off the lights so that we can put the screens up there. You turn the lights off, the screens turn on.
Gotcha. So get the power from the lights you mean and just get the 4
So,
watts.
yeah, eight outlets.
Total.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this area where it's kind of sticking up, where this crack is.
Yes.
Having 4 light switches for these 3 rows of lights up there and this 1 row of lights over here.
Yep.
Moving that AC from there to there.
And
Putting
moving the wall.
yeah.
And
Getting rid of this wall, and then replacing this thing with one of those
Baseboard heater?
baseboard with fins. Taking this.
Everybody's telling me that you can't do baseboard with steam.
I have that in my apartment though.
No,
Of course you
Goes
could.
through.
Well, like Sunny,
That's how you do it.
Sunny just said it. Like, oh, you have a gas there. You can't.
Sonny said you can't put a baseboard, so dude, I have it in my apartment.
I emailed him a link to.
I know. The next step was either fixing that to the ceiling or something so it's
Having
not
access to
hanging.
it?
Yeah, having access to it.
Because the lights that I'm going to change these out for are going to be dimmable LEDs, so they have the 0 to 10 volt
The bulbs.
dimmable.
The next with the electrical outlets, which he said we're
That's
going to
why
put
I
on the
just want it open.
we're going to map on the floor plan where those go. Fixing this mess on the ceiling over here and the wall. Removing that garbage wood and then
Yeah,
putting down
put
something that's not
something-
crap. It doesn't have to be the best, but as long as it's not that crap.
All right.
And
Yeah.
doing moldings and painting the place. That's pretty
moldings.
much it. Yeah.
Basement.
Yeah, and then painting.
Painting. This room, the other one stays.
Yeah, the whole thing we were gonna make beige
This is
because
beige.
they never finished painting this. So I think that's only one layer, so it's not really...
That's okay.
So we were going to do beige for the whole thing, and we're going to give you the color code of it.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
What kind of floors you want to put? Like wood
Pre-finished plank floors.
pre-finished plank?
Do you mean
wood?
for the office or out here?
We were thinking the gray wood, that weathered wood, gray wood, something like that.
So I would recommend, because it's traffic, chairs, walking on it a lot, maybe like vinyl that looks like wood.
That's what we have in the back of the space right now, and it has a rough texture to it, and it holds on to dirt and looks absolutely awful.
So there are
it's
ones
there
that
for
are
about a year.
there are ones that are smooth.
That could be
Like,
because
no
Sonny bought the
texture?
cheapest one. He sorted by lowest price on Home Depot.
Possibly.
And I think it's going to be cheaper for you and easier to maintain.
There has to be something between the expensive wood and then like sort by lowest price, which is what's in our office now.
I would like just vinyl composition tile. That's the stuff that I like. I know how to handle it. I know how to work it. But
Suggestion to go to Floor Liquidators online and look for it. Look for flooring. They have good prices and it's very, very durable. Meaning you can wash, pour water on it, clean it, and it's not going to scratch. And
because hardwood, we're going to be refinishing it in 5 years.
Exactly.
3 years.
Even less.
Yeah.
Because
I'd rather something with a wood look, vinyl, wood.
And the wood's going to cost more and have to be refinished anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that it's also these tiles are like vinyl are very easy to replace.
Yeah, I would go with the vinyl. So let's do that for out here.
And you can choose it, order it. And
So what was the name of the company you said?
the website is Floor Liquidators.
Okay, I'm going to take that down.
I have a picture to show you, just like a recent place that we did. If I'll find it page.
Yeah, something like that would be good.
Here.
Yeah, that's the exact color and everything we're looking for.
Yeah, that's not bad. That looks like what was in the picture. And
And it's completely smooth.
Yeah.
That's actually an apartment.
It's not rough.
Yeah. It's actually an apartment in the Upper West Side. So
it looks nice, and it looks like what was in the drawings that we had. So
Perfect.
I think.
Yeah, we have one rendering that was provided to us by a YouTube fan. And it looks
So as soon as I'm back at the office, I'll make sure to send you the floor plan as well as the scope of work
plus the floor plan with the markings. I have over there a folder that I gave Paul with my card in it.
Okay.
And I'll show you.
All right, awesome. So it has your email and everything.
Yes, and some.
And you have a drone too. Wow. You have taste.
I was walking in and Paul was with the glasses flying. So you have like my card here. You have some info about us. Like
this is
some,
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Of course. It's like this is a crazy story. What happened? It's like,
Yeah.
Amos was in Israel and is in Israel right now, and he was texting me in the middle of the night, "Call me urgently." And we never say urgently between each other because we're like military people, and we know when we say urgent, it is urgent. So I called him, "What happened?" And he sent me that video, and I almost needed the cardiologist. I almost
sorry.
got a heart attack.
I'm a dumbass. I've set up PBX systems for like vets for our office. In 8 years, I've screwed up everything there is to screw up with voice over IP because I'm an idiot. I've never had call looping. No, then I'm replaying it to myself, that call, and I'm thinking, he never said my name. He never said anything specific about me. And I've sent so many telemarketers to that Lenny thing. I thought, fuck, that's.
I never heard about that.
Yeah.
After you said it, I was starting to research it.
And Paul and I got prank
Did you find some of the YouTube videos of the scammers against Lenny?
I haven't. No,
It's hilarious. The people put
Yeah.
these India scammers against Lenny, and they get so angry because they're getting nowhere, and they think it's a real person.
Yeah, and Paul and I got screwed with for 3 hours getting prank called.
Hey. Hi, I love you.
Rossmann Repair, how can I help you? Can we help you?
God damn it, Kevin left me on hold for too long. My computer is on fire. What do I do?
Hang up, call 911. Hang up, call 911.
What's that?
My computer is still on
Sure, how
fire.
can I help you?
911 just told me that to stop prank calling them, but my computer is still on fire. It's still on fire, and half of the room is consumed in flame. What do I do?
Okay, this is what you need to do. You need to go to the kitchen. You need to find some baking soda. Some baking soda or baking powder, the Arm & Hammer, the little boxes. You know, the little boxes. And you need to, sometimes they're in the refrigerator. You might have them in the refrigerator. Get the little box, you gotta split them open, and you gotta throw it all over the fire. You throw it all over the fire. And that'll keep the lifting.
Fire department, how can I help you? Fire department, how can I help you?
Hello, this is John from... And I tried to research that bug. There's only one other reported time of that bug, but other people say, yeah, that happened to me, but only one other person ever said that, yes, it glitched and the whole audio looped. Like, how the hell does that even happen?
And the crazy thing is the day that you spoke to Amos, like maybe 2 hours before that, Amos called me and told me, listen, someone just called me from Yelp and the call was like disconnected. And he called later and said he heard my recording. Like what happened to you happened like 2 hours before. And okay, let's check. So I was calling him, waiting for it to disconnect, like to check if it's real, because I thought someone is scamming us, telling us he heard the recording. So it was like...
Yeah. And then he said he called back the office, and then he said, and my receptionist said, oh, who were you speaking to? And she says, like, I'm not sure. And then Hannah's like, yeah, sure. And then Hannah thought we were getting scammed by YouTubers. I thought I was getting scammed by a troll, and he thought he was getting... This is like so fucking ridiculous. But yeah, my apologies.
Miscommunication with
Who's on
technology.
first?
Exactly. Yeah. So, all right. I know you want it to open tomorrow. Realistically, when do you want to open the store?
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
As soon as possible.
3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, as soon as possible. We want the place polished, finished. We want it to look
Like,
good.
there are things, for example, elements where I'm okay with it being done later, like with the bathroom, with the ceiling. That's why on the scope of work that I'm writing and sending to you, I included that as hours, because that's something I'd like, but it's not something that I want to take extra time or waste.
Or before opening.
Yeah. Like there are things that really matter.
Ceiling, I could spackle that later on. That doesn't matter.
And then there are things that are luxuries. So I'm gonna send you the stuff that like needs to be done.
You want to do the necessity in order to open, and then later on do either yourself.
Yeah, like the ancillary.
The lights
junk.
later on.
Gotcha.
If we do a partition wall next year.
All right. So today is the 10th. 3 weeks. Realistically, I wouldn't say 3 weeks. I would say 4 weeks. All right. I don't want to tell you 3 weeks and then get you disappointed. I think that 4 weeks is a good time to do it. But you guys have homework as well. Once you send me the scope, I will send you guys homework. You need to choose flooring and order it, see the lead time, because it can take 2 weeks to get flooring. We don't know. Choose the tiles that you want to the entry, color, like paint color, and that's it.
He sent in the exact code in the paint chips this morning.
Who?
The gentleman that sent the drawings. I asked him yesterday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I told him you won.
Winner.
Any low voltage that you need?
I was thinking about doing just a cable trough along there, and then we'll do all of the Ethernet on that. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think that it's gonna be cost wise to put a cable trough. I'm gonna wind up putting just straps, and eventually we'll get a cable trough.
All right.
So it'll look like crap until we get a cable trough under it.
No problem.
I'm familiar with.
Unless you have a source for even just the plastic finger troughs for cheap, Because on Amazon and eBay, they're trying to kill you for those finger troughs. I can't believe how expensive they are.
I know they are expensive, yes.
Either that or I was thinking ladder racks. The regular industrial
Yeah.
ladder, just a 8-inch ladder rack all the way along there and one way. But still, unless you find them used on eBay, it's very expensive.
Either doing something like that.
I don't think wire mold. I want it to be more open because we're always changing things.
I see. So yeah,
So yeah, a ladder rack would be perfect.
that's the best solution for me,
Yeah.
I think, cost-wise. Yeah, but I will research.
If you can find a cheap ladder rack from somebody, the black or the gray little 6-inch or 8-inch ladder racks. Because on Amazon they want $300 for an
Yeah.
8-foot section or something. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Do you hear it squealing?
It's a
I hear
heater.
something.
It's a heater,
Either, yeah.
steam valve. Once it gets hot, the steam valve turns off.
In my apartment, it's 10 times worse.
That's awesome.
You don't have steam at your apartment then. If
Basically, it's steam.
you don't hear that, then you don't have steam.
We hear water boiling.
No, you can hear the
I'm
water
sorry.
trickling, so it sounds like there's water,
Then
hot water moving through the
you
pump.
have hydronic then. You don't have steam. You have hydronic,
Is it?
circulated hot water.
Oh, yeah, that's what we have, probably.
I couldn't tell the difference. So what is
Steam,
this?
all steam has a steam valve. When it cools down, the valve opens and it allows
The
air
pressure
to
out.
escape. And then once the steam gets up there and gets hot, the valve closes.
That's how they heated things in 1916.
Yes.
Exactly.
Cool.
We,
And as they still do it today. Still the same. Nothing's
Cool.
changed.
and I live in a pre-war building, and it's like I open windows. For example, yesterday it was freezing. We opened windows because it was so hot. You cannot control it.
The only thing you do is turn the individual radiators off.
Exactly, and then
That's
you
it.
freeze. 3-4 weeks from now.
How's your back room feel? I turned on your heat. I turned on
Let's
the.
see.
Yeah, let's go.
It takes longer for that to turn on than it takes for my bike to get here from home.
Nice
It
and
only
warm.
took a couple minutes, but it takes a while to build up the heat. It's less hot than that resistive heater we have in the back office, but it's more efficient. It's a lot
Yeah, that
less
thing
power
takes
used.
6,000 watts. That's ridiculous.
A lot less power used.
No, it's a big slinky that they just put 220 volts through.
But this has timer features and everything, so you can set up a schedule so it's on an hour before you come in.
Where's the schedule?
It's on the remote.
Let me see this remote. Is this like a schedule or like 1989?
Like, yeah, like VCR programming schedule. But we can set up a schedule.
Guys can hear it.
Every day it'll come on at one time.
That's nice.
Is there anything else you need advice, help with before we get to the?
I mean, once I send you the scope of work, I guess you'll send me the list of homework that we have to do.
Exactly.
And then I'll get back to you with that as soon as we can and get started from there.
Perfect. I'm very sorry for what you had to go through, and it was I think it was destiny for Amos watching your video. Like that's the only way I can.
I earned what I went
Describe
through by
it.
hiring a Japanese,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But
It happened, listen, it happened to me
I earned it. I got a referral. I didn't do enough due diligence. Like, lesson learned.
more. It happened to us more than a few times, especially like it happened to me twice actually with people that I've met.
Really?
You know, I wouldn't say that we are very, very expensive, but we are more expensive than other companies giving the service that we give. And they chose a different contractor that was lower in price, and then like a month and a half later, it happened to me 3 times. I got a phone call, can you help us, But it happens. And
This guy was about $7,000 more than the first bid that I got.
I
actually thought I wasn't going for the cheapest bid, but then I just feel like a moron.
yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
Yes.
Thank you for coming by. I really
It was
appreciate
really my
your time.
pleasure.
Thank
you so
you.
much. Pleasure meeting you, Paul.
You too.
It's great to meet
Thank
you.
Yes.
The camera is pretty good. Amazing.
You don't get to knock this one out of the air. It's too expensive.
I really want.
Well, thank you guys. Again, have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll get your pen.
Oh.
It's good meeting you again. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank you. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we can make this right for you.
Thank you. Oh yeah, he said this door was over $600.
Yeah.
50 in materials. For this, the frame over here.
This is from Home Depot.
That's a $60, isn't it?
Maybe a little bit more because it is full wood, but it is Home Depot. But this is crazy because I saw it on the video and I had to see it in real life.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
Oh, look at that.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was awesome.
No knocking down drum.
I like how he said that. I saw that. I saw the door frame that you showed in the video, but I had to see it in real life.
It's that unbelievable.
So what is your impression of him?
He's going to be expensive. He's going to do it thoroughly, and he's going to do it nice, but he's going to be expensive.
Yeah, somebody joked yesterday because they said like I can't afford 5-star construction. And Steve Rahana said, well, that's why you have to get him down to 3-star. I'm like, that's fucking cold. Too soon. That's fucked up. To be clear, I'm not advocating for that.
He is the first guy that actually didn't try to tell me, no, you can't do a steam baseboard.
Yeah.
That's getting ridiculous that nobody knows what a steam baseboard is. It's regular baseboard. It looks like a hydronic baseboard, but it has a cast iron fin tube and
Yeah, Sonny and Jin both said the same thing.
Yes.
What?
A baseboard is only electric. What the fuck are you talking about? Baseboard is only electric.
Yeah, just the fact that he knows his shit means that's probably gonna be. Like I fucking hate to keep repeating this, but that's so not. If I made this any nicer, you couldn't afford it. If I made your contractor any smarter, you couldn't afford them.
Yeah.
No, this is gonna drive you nuts, Paul.
That's steam heat.
Oh, it just stopped right as I walked in.
We're gonna have all kinds of noise in here anyway.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be
A
some.
couple fume extractors going and the
that's
laminar flow hood going. You're never gonna hear that.
Yeah. So let's send him the. So you have his email? Because yesterday he called me. I didn't have his email, so I couldn't send him. Oh, beautiful! Look at this folder. Right there. That is nice. I gotta say. Like, this is presented like someone who gives a shit. He has a cutout in his folder for his card, like all this information. This is beautiful. This really is. He put effort into
Look
this.
at this.
You can tell.
Welcome to the Brener family.
You can tell that he cares and that they genuinely care about the effort.
Look
they
at this.
put
I
in.
like this. You're going to get through this just fine. That's a nice reassuring line.
We could use something like that if we were trying to get more schools or something like that.
That would actually be smart.
Because if we had a presentation put together to go hand schools that have MacBooks, that would be a good thing to
I
have.
used to just show up at them. That's how I was getting it. Like the.
But if you showed up with something like that, you'd probably get even more.
Yeah.
I stopped putting effort into the
I
schools
like
thing
that.
after YouTube, which was stupid because that was good business.
Yeah, and it's reoccurring too, right?
Yeah.
When we move in here, we're gonna have the space.
You just need to babysit the relationship a lot more.
Does this actually have like a company name? Because sometimes, no, I guess not.
All right. So next, did you see Sonny's questions from the scope of work that I sent him?
Yeah, I emailed them back 2 answers at least.
I emailed
have
him back
three.
a few as well.
I have 3 answers on
And
there.
I want to see if he sent us back anything.
I sent him links to the Home Depot for the exact steam radiator he would want.
That was funny. He's like, you can't do that. You.
Baseboard is only electric. Oh my god, what is wrong with these people?
He's a licensed contractor, right?
He actually, yeah, he got his license. I'm proud of him. He's come a long way from practical board repair school. No, Sonny's come a long way from practical board repair school. I'm proud of him. No, when he showed up at the store and he's like, no, look, I'm licensed now. And he's like, no, seriously. I'm like, seriously? You?
When did he get licensed?
See y'all in the next video. Thank you very much for following, and I'll update you soon.